you heard, I'm Terri Ann. And I really love this theme, the next chapter, because I just started my next chapter. And tonight is a page in that chapter. The journey here started about 18 years ago. And a lot happened in the last 18 years, so I'm going to give you cliff notes of everything that happened. I am a lung cancer survivor. I have been diagnosed with lung cancer 3 times over 18 years. I am a member of a multi-generational lung cancer family, and that means 6 of us have been diagnosed with lung cancer in my family. I was the first one diagnosed. I am only one of 2 to survive it. In the last 18 years, I have lost both of my parents. My handsome, bright, beautiful, athletic brother dropped dead of a massive heart attack 8 years ago. And 5 years ago, I had a stroke. Now, every single one of those things is life-changing. But they weren't the thing that changed the direction of my life. What changed the direction of my life was a question. 7 years ago, I walked into Penn Medicine's lung cancer conference. I had just been diagnosed and treated for the 2nd time. I had already lost my mother, and several family members were diagnosed with this disease. While I was there, I met a woman with a lung cancer advocacy group, and I learned lots of interesting information from her, and during the conversation, I asked a question. That question was, how can I help? That question changed my life in the most unexpected way. I learned from her, and I went down a path I never expected. And what I learned was, lung cancer kills more people than any other cancer, period. Yet it is the least funded cancer. Nearly 25% of all newly diagnosed cases are with people who have no risk factors. Less than 10% of people who qualify for screening actually get screened. Early detection saves lives. I'm living proof of that. Anyone with lungs can get lung cancer. I also learned that my voice matters. My story and my family's story matter. They matter to other patients when I speak to them so they know they're not alone. I help them navigate the system. The medical community needs to hear from us. They need the patient perspective. And our government officials need to hear our voice. So when I go to Washington and I speak to our elected officials and implore them to make changes and to give us the funding we need, it makes a difference. 2 years ago is when I was diagnosed for the 3rd time. And I thought, man, enough is enough. So I've had this luxury of experiencing life-threatening illnesses without actually dying. And with my survivorship comes a profound sense of responsibility to do something. So I did. 2 years ago, I made the decision to leave a 35-year career. I was really good at that career. I even started my own business. But it didn't bring me joy. I found my passion through my illness, through my tragedies. I wasn't willing to play around anymore. So I was an event planner, and I finished out the commitments that I had. And this January, I dissolved my company. And I stand before you as an advocate and activist for the lung cancer community and the community as a whole. But here's the thing. All of you are part of this chapter, every single one of you. Because what I hope is that you learned something tonight. You learned something that you did not know when you walked in this door. And you share what you learned. Maybe you ask a question. Maybe you're around a family member or a friend who has a persistent cough. And you ask them, how long have you had that cough? I want to share with you what I learned at the storytelling event about lung cancer. Maybe you should go get it checked out. So together, perhaps we can change a life, or better yet, save one. So thank you for being a part of my next chapter. Thank you.